Good Sunday morning. Wow. What, just a beautiful Sunday morning here up north of Virginia. And yeah, it's a Sunday car meet day. And what are we doing today? You know, if you look around my property, what are we driving today? I mean, haven't driven the Bronco. I don't think we took the Rams either, did we? I can't keep track. How do you keep track? And I even have less vehicles. Yeah, so, hey, what's going on? So you look at my hat, my shirt. You see, that's all the Harley stuff. So I bet you're going to ride your Harleys today. Yep, you're right. Take the Harleys up to the car show this morning and do some Harley riding. I just can't emphasize enough how I really am liking my Harley. You just don't realize it. For me, I got away from Harley. I mean, the Indian motorcycle kind of made me think that my Harley's not as good as I thought it was. Yeah, that's factual. So I literally sold my CVO Harley Road Glide. I wish I didn't. That was a 117 setup when it was just a beautiful bike. But you know what? That Road Glide, I dropped it like 3 times. Now, I dropped it I only had that bike a week, and I was going up a hill in a parking lot. It's a huge mistake when you're riding around on motorcycles, and for me, I was on a parking lot and it was an uphill, and I made a huge mistake of the way I took off, and the bike stalled and ended up going over. So as the bike's going down, you know, these bikes weigh like 900 pounds. I mean, I have gear in them and everything else. They're 850 just naked without fuel. So as the bike's going down, I use all my might on my right hand side. It's on my right to let that brand new beautiful bike go to the ground, even though I had a crash bar on it. And oh my gosh, I literally destroyed my right arm bicep. It tore my bicep, and it destroyed my left shoulder. And to this day, that's now 2017. So that's 5 years ago. And to this day, you know, I never recovered from that injury. You know, motorcycles, people die, people get crippled, you know, people get injured for life. I mean, motorcycles are dangerous. And, you know, cars are too. I mean, 50,000 people a year roughly die in cars, and 3,000 die on motorcycles. All right, gonna take a time out here. Yeah, so anyways, got my orange. You know, I'm just all oranged out, aren't I? But going back to my Harley conversations, so I had a brand new 2018 Road Glide. I've been the Batwing guy in my Harleys. I never was a Road Glide guy, because the Road Glide bike, for the non-Harley people, the Road Glide has a fixed fairing. So your handlebars turn, but the fairing doesn't. A Street Glide has what they call the Batwing, meaning the front of the handlebars and that front, I'll show you on my motorcycle up here, it all moves as the same. And that's what all I rode on Harleys. And I just think to myself this morning, hard to believe 40 years ago, I was riding a Yamaha 550 Maxim, beautiful bike. That's when I was in high school. Yeah, my parents let me ride to school on a motorcycle. Can you believe that? So here is called the Batwing. You know, they call this the Batwing. It looks like a bat. I don't know. But this motorcycle here, when I move this handlebar, see this whole thing turns. Okay. Now on a Road Glide motorcycle, if you look here, I'll get this thing straight to give you an idea. Okay, as the bike falls over. So just picture this being straight, and when you turn the handlebars here, this never moves because it's fixed to the. It's just a different setup on how the fairing's fixed to the frame of the bike and not to the front shocks of the bike and the wheel. And I never owned one of those. I never had a bike like that. So what happened to me is, first thing is, it's a weird experience. Because when you're on the bike and you ride this motorcycle, your peripheral view you're just used to following, you're used to the bike turning and the whole bike's front end turning, okay? So now, when you buy a Road Glide, you're turning the steering wheel, but this doesn't move. And initially, for anybody who's out there as a Harley owner, they may be able to kind of, be like, yeah, they could probably say the same thing. It's kind of weird. At first, I got my Road Glide, it's so different because if you're riding these all the time for 10 years, and then you go to that fixed wing, fixed fairing, it's just a weird experience in how the bike's turning, but you're not turning because the fairing's not turning. So it's really weird about that bike. And it wasn't because of that. So it wasn't really that per se. But I dumped that bike in the parking lot and did severe damage to my body. And I mean, I barely got home. I borderline was have to call somebody. I had to have a guy help me pick the bike up in the parking lot. A real nice gentleman stopped and saw it. Drop these bikes. There's videos that explain to you how you can pick these bikes back up. And if you're not real strong, you're not getting this bike back up. You're going to have help. This right here is 900 pounds. You get to the Tour Pack bikes, you got gear, you can beat 1,000 pounds on a motorcycle. It's a lot of weight going down the road. So that happened. And then easy is, I used to keeping my bikes in this shop in the winter months. I learned years ago it's the worst because the moisture in this concrete penetrates and all the moisture comes up and all these bikes get soaked. And if you've got actual chrome, this chrome right here, it gets pitted. It destroys the motorcycle. So having this bike and actually one of my trailers outside is a drier environment and a better environment. So I put my Road Glide in one of my trailers.
What happened?
Talking about my Road Glide that I used to always drop.
After you put it in?
Well, we put it in the trailer, remember that? And I was trying to get it out. And unbeknownst to me, I had a Jaguar F-Type sitting in my trailer that was dripping brake fluid. And I didn't know that. So I pulled my car out to get to my motorcycle. It's that car hauler trailer that I have right out front here that you see as I walk around. So I parked stuff in there because I run out of room. I had a lot more cars. So anyways, so I pulled my Jaguar out. Unbeknownst to me, it's been dripping brake fluid. So now I'm trying to get my Road Glide out of that trailer, and I fall, and the bike lays down. Again, it's like a second time. And then it was some other time, I don't know where it was, I can't remember, but then I dropped the bike for a third time. And I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not dropping my street glides. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I don't want the Road Glide because I don't know this thing. So I sold it. And you know what's crazy? I should never sold it because that bike was $42,000 in September 2017 when I bought that bike. It was $42,000. Beautiful bike, 117 motor. The bike was awesome. So once I bought my Indians, so I did is I bought an Indian. My first bike was an Indian Dark Horse Roadmaster, beautiful bike. But then I bought the Challenger, which is the copycat of the Road Glide. But it drove differently. It was lighter. I felt more confident on it. So I decided I'd sell the Road Glide. It took me forever to sell it. That bike was down to $31,000 with 1,800 miles on it. And I actually ended up delivering it to a guy in Delaware. That bike today is worth $40,000 to $44,000 right now.
Oh my God.
I should have never sold it. But it's just one of those bikes where it's just accident. It's just like something ain't right. All right, let's get back to the bikes here. The kids are ready. We'll lose the whole morning. We're running late, but we're just going to kind of go up there and hang out a little bit. Then we're going to go do some ride. Yeah. So follow us along. Really can't do a lot of talking because I'm on my bike, and I don't have all that technology some of these people have built into their headset. I mean, I have the GoPro thing on my helmet. If you ever look at my helmet here, you'll see what I'm talking about. And it's just, to manage that stuff is a pain. So what I have here, whole setup right here, and I've done videoing with my GoPro, but it's just a total, it just takes so much time. I don't get paid to do this. I just enjoy doing it. So it gets to me, it's like, whatever. You want to watch a video? Great. If it's not perfect to your standards, whatever. If you want to pay me, we'll talk. All right, follow me along. Well, I really should be taking this up, right? Let's hear the exhaust. Yeah, I mean, we haven't taken this to the car show, have we? my thing, and here we go, right? The kid's getting herself all lipped up. Alright, so time to jump on the bikes, get our riding gear on, and see if we can go have some fun today. How about that idea, right? Let's have some fun. And geez, I've been freaking busting my butt doing things, and I think it's ride day. That's my goal. Thing that I did in this bike, I put this new windshield on. I'm loving it. One guy reached out to me. I don't know if you ever got my link, but I just love this pockets. Got my gate opener, garage door opener right here, and got a hummingbird behind me. So, yeah, so I really do like what I've done to the bike so far, as it goes kaput today, right? You know, Indians are 500-mile service. I think these are 1,000-mile service, which I can do that on my own. You just go to the Harley dealer and charge you $1,000 to change the oil and check a few things on it. I got a good buddy down in Florida that's a total Harley guy. I mean, I'm not lying. I can take this bike when I'm down there in Florida, and he'll do a full service bike for me for like $300. I'm talking about draining the brake fluid. Realize it or not, people don't know this. Motorcycles with ABS systems, if you read your manual, you have to change out the brake fluid every 2 years. You have to. People don't even know that, because moisture gets into the brake fluid and it ruins the ABS sensors, and you got to replace the ABS thing. So I have no idea. Guess you grew overnight. So anyways, but I got a buddy of mine down there in Florida. He's a great guy. He and his son run a shop, guys like my age. And, and if I take this down to Florida and we go on a ride down there, my brother's got my other street glides, so we can be all Harley people. Lately, been Indian and one Harley. Now we're going to be all 3 Harleys when we go down to Florida and ride together. And so I'll bring this down. Like I say, I can have him do whatever, which he'll be, it'll be a third of the price. A lot of Harley dealer guys be like, yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, okay, well, whatever. So, all right, just enjoying the Harleys, get geared up, and then I'm not talking going down the road like I usually do. So we'll just probably be on the car show talking, and hopefully the Harley theme conversation now kind of helps out the talking, learning some things about the motorcycles. If you're not a motorcyclist, I'm sure you're intrigued. This is basically an 850-pound bike. This is like a 6 1/4, 640 bike. So, but I just say with gear and everything and fuel, it's a 900-pound bike. This is probably about a 650, 660. Be interesting to see how her bike's doing, because if she burns through a lot of fuel, then we know we're both wrong about that bike running correctly. All right, follow us along. Right, one thing that's something I think is good to share with people. If you look at my daughter's pants, look at my pants, this has armor in them. This has armor on the side. She has pants that have armor. These are those pants that if you go down, hopefully you don't just instantly shred. She's got the armor and the jacket and the shoulders. And if you ever go down a bike, you can only hope and pray that you can get up and walk away. But then what I have is a really cool jacket. It's called the Air Jacket, and it's a inflatable jacket that actually, if you come off the bike, that has a COT cartridge in the front here. I'll show it to you. There's a CO2 cartridge here. Okay. So what happens this bike? If I come off the bike, I actually have this right here that plugs into my bike. Right here, so God forbid if I came off my bike, this then pulls this canister and it inflates the whole jacket. So it inflates my neck and inflates like a big bubble, because that's what gets you. And sadly in motorcycles, when they say a 30-mile-an-hour motorcycle accident is like jumping off a 3rd-story building. I mean, think that through. Wow. 30 mile an hour is equivalent of you just jumping off a 3-story building. Woo! I mean, just, you're doing 60, 70, 80 mile an hour speeds up an open highway. And usually what kills a motorcyclist is you snap your neck. That's typically what happens. That's why you hear fatalities of people coming off motorcycles. It isn't so much they break the bones, it's you break your neck. So This is a really nice jacket, and yeah, I do ride naked some days when it's really hot. But you know, if anything, just hope and pray that when you get on a motorcycle each time, God's on your side. And if I had close calls, absolutely, yes. Have we had close calls together? Yes, we've witnessed where I may not. I mean, you're just riding a motorcycle. It's like anything you like. It's a dangerous thing, and so once again, there's millions and millions of people ride motorcycles every year that don't die, but it's just that small percentage that do, and it's something to be aware of. Because if you become too comfortable on a motorcycle, that's when it happens. So follow us along in Sunny Car Meet, and we're gonna get the bike started up here and get a little exhaust note to you and get up the road.
I want to go.
There she is. All right, let's get some exhaust note out of the kid here. If you think about an 18-year-old girl moving that bike around like that, that ain't easy. You got to be a strong person to, that's that 114 Street Bob. There's not many 18-year-old girls riding that. I mean, I'm not here to brag. I'm just sharing with you that. Maybe watch my video. See, this is interesting. This left rear tail assembly. Your left rear light isn't working right.
Here.
It's all right. Start her up. Start her up. All right, here we are. Good showing today. A lot of Mopars. Way up here is a ton of Mopars. The Gold Rush would have been the appropriate ride today.
Okay.
Just for simple reason. Hey there, how are you?
Guess what?
What'd you do?
We got to try to just organize down here, just like I said we would.
Oh my gosh, you know what's crazy? I rode my motorcycles today instead of my Gold Rush Hellcat I got.
See?
I know, we talked about it, but the weather's just too nice.
Too nice.
How you doing, man?
Hey, what's happening?
You haven't seen my Gold Rush. You haven't.
What did you bring today?
My motorcycles.
Huh?
My motorcycles.
Oh my God.
The Harleys I
Are you
just
riding a
picked up.
bike too?
Yeah.
She's driving a Street Bob 114.
Oh, right on. Really? Right on.
18 years old.
That's awesome. Well, if you learn young,
Oh yeah.
then you learn how to.
Yeah, but we're right down there actually.
I'll get some pictures.
We came in, but I got my Gold Rush. You should have brought my. So I got the Gold Rush Red Eye now. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
Wide body.
Yeah.
One of 34 made
Really?
in 2021. But I've been gone so much and been doing so many things. But I wasn't ripped today. But we just got those Harleys. We just picked them up down in Tennessee.
I just sold a 17 Road Glide Ultra.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I've had so Lots of good people here today. A lot of good conversation going on. Actually, it's funny. Some people I know, they rode their motorcycles today. Got a guy here with a nice Chevy Camaro SS with it cammed out. That's nice there, man. Look at that thing. We love that. Look at this here. We got the motorcycle crowd. Got the Mopar guys up a little further up. And that's really nice right there. Very nice. Wow. Just gonna do the video here just real quick so people that came to car show, which a lot of people left. Look at the Gremlin. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
And then got the Mopar showed up. And the little 300ZX. Oh, hey, man. I would definitely be the Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
I mean, that's awesome. So what do you think that is, a 78? What's your guess? TA 6.6. Look at this thing.
Oh, that's what, I'm sorry, that's what my brother had, the 16.
Isn't that something? Smokey and the Bandit. Boy, I get so much.
This is what would sell me.
This is what
All
now?
I would have to do is walk in and see the rainbow tape dashboard, you know, with the reflector dash.
Yeah.
That would sell. I'd be like, okay, so I'm buying it.
Huh.
No matter what was in it.
Yeah, very nice. People are checking out the bikes. How about that? Harleys are getting attention. What's the odds of that? I mean, it's cleaning out here. Beautiful day. Want me to take my jacket off my bike so you can take a picture of it?
77.
It's 77.
I said 78. You said 76. Yeah, I said 78. So, yeah, if you want to get the... Hey, we're over here at the car show. It's all wrapped up as usual. I get talking to somebody. This is, believe it or not, a Suzuki. I would never know this. It's a B-King? B-King. So a gentleman here next to me is explaining to me, and this is a European motorcycle that had a very rare showing appearance in this country. So it was like a 1 year run or 2 year? 1 year run. What year did they do that?
2008.
So it's a 2008. I mean, even for me being the motorhead, I would think this was a 2015, 16. That is crazy. So he's telling me that this motorcycle came into a New Jersey dealership. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it sat in the dealership for like 4 or 5 years.
4 years.
4 years?
Correct.
And so, and then he just happened to know a friend of a friend that a gentleman bought it. And is that kind of how it went? You kind of picked it up from that? And what year? What year did that happen?
That happened last year, in December.
Wow. And how many miles were on the bike?
18,000.
Wow, so the guy did ride it.
He did ride it.
But he took care of it.
He did.
And this gentleman here, he's raced throughout his career, young gentleman here. But this is just such a really cool bike. You'd never know that this is actually a Suzuki motorcycle. But it's the Hayabusa, like, brother. Is that what you'd say?
A naked one.
A naked one. So if anybody's a Suzuki person, I always wanted a Hayabusa, but I always knew that's a lot of bike. It's a badass bike. And what's incredible, that bike is borderline not been changed for close to 20 years, would you say?
Exactly.
It's just riding off the same, it's just incredible. And it's still available, correct?
Correct.
Which is crazy. I mean, I'm just enjoying conversation with this gentleman here. I won't show his tag or anything. And he's a total motorcycle, true motorcycle enthusiast. He has a Harley, a Softail, right?
Sportster.
Sportster. What, 883 or 1200?
It's 1250 now.
1250. Oh, okay. So he's at a daily rider, Sportster. So he's the guy that, you know, what you find out about motorcyclists is either they ride them or they collect dust. Yeah, don't get too personal with me. I got a lot of cars. Well, you have 20, 30 different cars to drive. I mean, come on. I mean, don't beat me up too much. I got a lot of challenges here. But anyway, it's just really great. Hey, it's really weird. Today I came with the motorcycles, and a select few people I know, they showed up with their motorcycles. It's so weird. Beautiful day. Everybody's kind of cleared out as usual. I'm like the last guy here. The gentleman here has been so nice to share his stories. And just once again, anybody out there that's a motorcycle enthusiast, you can appreciate that this motorcycle is what now, 16 years old? Sorry?
Right about, yes, sir.
That's just incredible. You know, that's just, and then he's showing me, he's not lying about him being a rider. If you look here at the edge of this tire, I mean, he's laying this thing down on the ground. I mean, I can't do that. But anyways, I thought I would just share that little experience. This gentleman here has a beautiful bike, and it's all about the ICE age, internal combustion engine age. Would we all be as excited about this motorcycle as an electric vehicle? I don't think we would, but time shall say. Here it's like, hey, let's talk. So what we're talking about is how the EV bike, the Zero bike, Harley tried to make an electric bike. But here's the thing that I don't understand about the EV motorcycles. Motorcycles, for the most part, are a weekend adventure. And I just don't get where a person is on the page that they go to the gas station and they put 3 to 5 gallons in their tank and they spend 12 to 20 bucks to get gas and go have a lot of fun. I don't get any of that kind of where you separate that I need an electric bike. And I'm not saying electric bike isn't cool, but it's all about the exhaust. I was just telling the gentleman here that we came in last night with the Harleys, and there's a lot of deer up the road, and they heard us coming, they ran for their lives. And this gentleman here shared a really good story that you were going down the road with another guy in electric.
Yep, right down 7, and another guy on an electric bike. I was lane position 1, moving over to the middle lane, and guy flew right up behind me and flew past me as I was changing positions in the same lane. Didn't know who he was, didn't hear the bike, and they're belt driven. Can't hear a chain slap. Nothing.
And so borderline is scrape.
Yep, correct.
Borderline maybe bouncing off each other.
It was close. It was very close.
And you know, in a sad story, there's a gentleman that I met, very similar stature to you, that used to work at a Shell station, mechanic.
Okay.
This is back in 1992. It's a true story.
All right.
Harley guys, and they got the Harley poker run thing going where they go to the bars. I don't get all that stuff, drinking and riding motorcycles. I don't get that. So anyways, the gentleman riding 2 up, kind of like my daughter and I are, and just sad story. They've been drinking, and they get up the road here where Route 7 is, and you get up to the other side of town to get back into town. You know what I'm talking about? That bridge?
Yep.
They ricochet off each other. And it puts a gentleman your age into the concrete pillar. He's dead. Yeah. So, I mean, so what people understand these motorcycles, and I tell my daughter as well, is you got to do the 2-step. You know, because if something happens to the guy in front of you, you got to be able to escape that guy's problem.
Yep.
And if you don't understand that, then you both die. You know, and then as the gentleman here just said, you know, this guy's kind of hot dogging it because he thinks his car. Here's the sad part. The electric guy thinks he's showing off to prove up the gas guy here in the Hayabusa. Yeah, the Zero guy, he's going to top out, you know, that electric thrust. Okay, it's a quick bike, but it's not a fast bike. Quick meaning it has that instantaneous 0 to 60, 0 to 80, incredibly fast, but then it runs out of that torque. So then the guy that actually has the bike that's actually faster, remember, quick versus fast. This bike here, guy, at the 100+ mile an hour bar can just walk him down the road. Just like Teslas, anything else. All right, hey, we're going to let this gentleman get on the bike. We're in our bikes. We're going to get out of here. Hope everybody enjoys my YouTube channel today and the Sunday conversations of all about the motorcycles. And I mean, come on. If you're not a motorcycle enthusiast, you might want to think about it. And so continue on, and we'll share some more videos. All right, it's hot out here. Are you hot?
I'm burning.
It's all Steve's fault. There you go.
Be safe.
Yeah. See you next weekend.
Yeah.
I'll bring the Gold Rush next weekend.
Okay.
I'll get some.
I'd love to get some pictures.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. We got to get the pipe. Got the pipe here. See if he's still kind of waiting. I'll try to get him once he leaves. Get the noise. You know what I mean? That's a good looking bike. Want to hear him. Hear his exhaust. He'll do a wheelie. Then he'll do a front wheelie stand. Everybody's leaving on him. There you go. Right? It's all about the pipe. Well, speaking about gas, what did we do? We just got more gas at the Sheets, $3.99 a gallon for premium. Down there in Sterling, what was it? I can't remember. Oh well. All right, you know what? It's just pretty crazy how. Who would have imagined I'd be driving a street light again, red? I mean, for me, I'm just blown away. I mean, I really do like this bike. And if you've watched my videos, you know, like a few years back, I was just here trashing the Street Glide because I had the frickin' new Indians. Have I been brainwashed? Am I a traitor? Yeah, Indian behind every tree, right? All right, follow us along as we're gonna do some open highway riding now. You ready? Here we go. Uh-oh. Look where we are now. Frederick Harley Davidson. Yeah, what are you gonna do now, huh?
Dad, are you about to buy something?
I hope not. But you know me, when I go to any car dealership or motorcycle dealership, we usually leave with something else. That's not the agenda today. Look at that Street Bob. That thing's really nice.
Wow, it is. It's amazing.
I need to ask guys how to take off the left, or is there something, I don't know. The left peg, how do you get that off? I really haven't spent any more time looking at it, honestly. Oh no, look at this here, a CVO. Hold on, CVO Ultra Limited. Yikes. Yeah. Look, just $41,000.
Dad, pause the video. I have something to tell you.
Oh, this is so funny. When I turn my video on, it turns into this incredible. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Look, I'm leaving the dealership without buying anything. Do I get a trophy?
I have something to tell you. Turn off the video.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Oh, even my daughter's calling me out. My wife said, I wonder what I bought today. It's been more than 24 hours. Hey, so we did here. We have a really nice, new, cool. This is the Easy Rider look. Not to put a chopper look on the bike, man. Get the chopper look. And it'll be the Easy Rider. That's pretty cool. So we just bought a bunch of oil and filter to do on the bike. The primary, the transmission. Let's do a video of you doing an oil change on your motorcycle.
Okay.
And we can give the gentleman here at the Harley Davidson dealership. I don't even know. I'm running out of room. I'm running out of room, man. I don't think I have any more room. All right?
I need some water to requench myself.
You may have to wear your jacket home.
Wow, are you serious?
Oh, look at this. We're out of room. Like that's a bad thing?
It'll fit.
Oh, here we go. Violence is beginning. But they don't have any speakers in this bike. You know why?
It'll fit.
But that's where all the waters are.
I have water that you can drink in my own bag.
Okay. You have brand new ones? Okay. We're getting professional service here at Frederick. Oh, everything's upside down. This is so funny. The whole video will be upside down. I wonder how you flip it up. Kid now is like, hey, my spit water bottle. Jeez. Wow, skirt. The kid needs more fuel. Look at that. We're burning it up today. I don't know. Then you have to say to yourself,
I'm wondering.
huh? So the tank.
Don't show my car.
Oh my gosh. It's look at my fuel same time. I'm not even half. She says she's about out of gas. I guess that thing is in tune. I don't know. I mean, what size tank is Street Bob? This is a 5-gallon tank. Is hers a 3? If it is, and I get it, I think it'd be a 4. But she's at 2 bars. What does that mean, right? Oh, yeah. Well, here's the good news. It only took 2 gallons. So it ain't burning much fuel. That's just ain't a big tank. That's the bottom line. So that's good to hear. Because I know I've burned at least 2 gallons. Oscar, we're back. Safe and sound, thank God. God was on our side today. We hope. What a ride. How'd you like it? Do these bikes just haul butt or what?
I loved it.
How's your exhaust? It sounding good? Not leaking? Wow. I mean, this I gotta honestly tell you, I've had so many Harleys.
This is my favorite bike ever.
This exhaust, this Reinhardt exhaust, it's the baddest ass exhaust I've ever had. I mean, I wouldn't even waste my time putting a head pipe on. The only reason I do that if I want to get more power out of it, but you know, for me, come on, it's fine. Gets down the road. Does this thing get down the road pretty good? Does this bike seem pretty fast?
Oh yeah. It'll pull your hands off the bar.
Oh my gosh, so these things are just so much fun. Jesus Christ. Really is. This is pretty cool, but look, kind of shifted. But it's got a lot of weight in it. Guess what we have in it? We got gold in there. You know what the gold is? It's the motor oil. Hey, what are we doing next? What do you think's to be the next video on the nice lift? Look at this here. We're going to put the bike on the lift. Not today. We can put the bike on the lift. We can get it up in the air. And somebody who knows and to show us how to do an oil change, transmission oil change, and a primary change. How about that? And we're going to get rid of that foot peg. We figured it out. The guy at the Harley dealer showed us a schematic. Not a big deal to get that off. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, so for everybody's watching my YouTube channel here. Yeah, so everybody follow my channel. I appreciate all the subscribers and the, getting great comments. It's pretty cool on how people follow my channel, and they do, listen to it, and they give back great info. It's all about information. What's been the theme today? It's been all about the motorcycles, and wow. I mean, for me, it's just always about working and taking care of things, and it's so cool. Serious riding today. We're up to 400, what does it say here? 448 miles. So I got this thing on Labor Day weekend, and this dang thing, with all the busy schedule I have, and I left with a full tank, and now we're down to a quarter tank. So that bike there, it's good to know. You saw back there earlier that you saw earlier in how the bike took 2 gallons. Hey, there's my little babies. Yeah, it took 2 gallons of gas, so I'm not worried about that. And you're not smelling anything. I'm not smelling any type of unburnt fuel. So right there, hey little baby, how are you? There's my little baby. Now my other dog gets all jealous. Who's my little boy, huh? Yeah, so once again, watching the channel today. That's it for the day, and what a busy week. Oh my gosh. If you go through the videos I've made in this past week, why do I even have a voice? I mean, it takes a lot out of you to make these videos. So you get behind this camera and you start yakking and talking. Yeah, does my voice sound like it's going away? Yeah, I wonder why. You talk too damn much, right? But anyways, hey, appreciate the new subscribers I met today. And I hope my videos help you learn something more in your life to help you make you better. God bless and have a great evening.